I just, again, Coach, I really think that your facility and the way you do things, I know as a high school AD, it takes 30 or 40 people to host a high school track meet. I can't imagine the hundreds of people it takes to pull off the Drake relays and do it so well. And it's such class. You know, when I was a student at East High School, I was fortunate to be a hurdle setter for a couple years, my junior and senior years in high school. Then I'm a Drake graduate
Awesome,
myself,
awesome.
and to see your facilities improve so much, and so it's on the national stage, and hopefully hosting the Olympic trials, someday soon, and those things that and the national track competitions that you have is just it's just probably the best thing that happens in the Des Moines area as far as athletics, and
Well,
the high
I
school kids
appreciate
are
that.
thrilled that they have a chance to be on that stage.
Yeah, and Tony, I know you're there too. Rick, I was just tell you about that as I'm watching the hurdle crew take the hurdles off the track right now. It's such a big build what the community did 2005 when we were able to renovate the stadium. A lot of the funding for that came from this community, and they saw the vision of what could be. And we've been experiencing now over the last 7 or 8 years exactly what that vision was. Now it's coming to be in terms of having a stadium that we all can be proud of in this community, having attracted national caliber championship events, while still maintaining a stage for our high schoolers and in the Drake Relay. So it's huge. It's important, but also it's definitely something that has gained national prominence, and we're proud of that.
You know, Brian, another thing, not just in the stadium, but walk around the outside of the walls of the stadium with the plaques for those who have inducted into the Drake Relays Hall of Fame. Some of those names, you don't have to be a track and field fan. You'll remember them through the Olympics. Some prestigious names on that wall. And every year you recognize who is going to get recognized this year.
Well, just going back to those plaques on the wall, it was but 3 years ago we had a 100th Drake Relay celebration, and the likes of Michael Johnson and Gwen Torrance, and certainly we had so many wonderful, talented individuals that we recognize. But every year we induct individuals to the Hall of Fame. This year, from a coaching standpoint, Lincoln College, Lincoln University, if you look at their success, Victor Thomas has had 39 Drake Relays champions in his tenure at Lincoln University. And so he is going into the Hall of Fame. Certainly Joey Haynes at Southeast Missouri. I've been knowing Joey a long time, and he's definitely a worthy candidate from a coaching standpoint. He's had many champions at the Drake Relays. From an athlete standpoint, some may remember, some may not, but Tommy Asinga, Eastern Michigan, was an amazing 800-meter runner. He lit up the track some years ago. He's going in, as well as Edith Nakiyingi. Edith was at Iowa State, another great runner. She is coming back. Both of them are coming back to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. They're so honored, and we're so honored to have them be back here on Thursday, April the 26th, to go into the Hall of Fame. So we're excited about that. And it's good to go back and snatch up those individuals who thought that their fame and glory was done. When we dig it all back up and they come back and they get that honor that they so deserve, that's what it's all about. It's not just the ones that we know now. It's those who may have been overlooked or just didn't have their time. So it's good to bring them back to the relay.
Yes, it is. Somebody we're going to snatch up and use as much as possible every Tuesday on our show now on AM 1350, a regular segment at 5:10, is a guy you might know, Mike J., the Drake Relays public address announcer with that new website, thenextleveliowa.com, as he watches Iowa high school grads move on to college and then possibly the pros in the track and field and cross-country world. We're going to get a chance to continue to cover track and field at its best with Mike J. weekly.
Well, Mike J. has definitely given us another level in terms of what he provides. He absolutely loves the Drake Relays. I remember when I asked him to become the voice of the relays, he said, "Will you please pinch me?" He said, "I don't know if I'm dreaming about this." He said, "I love it. Yes, I'll be there." And he's never in any way backed down from a challenge. And so if anything, he's elevated everything we've been able to do. So when you get him on your show, expect your show to go to the next level. No pun intended. That's his website. He's able to do it. He's built for it, and it's just something that's a part of his life. So he's done a great job in recognizing, I think, something that's been missing in terms of the track and field community. So his website is definitely providing the needed glue to seal some of the gaps.
Well, there's still tickets available for the Drake Relays. Trying for, was it 47
47,
consecutive?
yeah. We were going for 47 in a row, so we're excited about that.
Well, let's tell the folks about how to get those tickets, because they're going to be flying off the wall here very shortly once
Yes,
the
they
high school
will.
kids qualify.
You got it. Get your tickets right now. High schoolers are on their way, but you can get it by going to our website, www.drakerelays.org. Get your tickets. You can call 515-271-DOGS and get your tickets that way. And there's plenty remaining. And I will tell you, now is the time to get them. Should be fun. The weather is looking promising, so it'll be a special Drake Relays.
Hey, Brian, one thing I want to ask you as far as the Des Moines Public Schools, we have some kids that have dreamed about going to the Drake Relays, and if they're not there as participants, they would love to come watch, especially if they're a middle school kid or something. Is there any businesses that maybe sponsor some tickets for kids that can't afford to purchase them?
It's interesting because I will answer that question, but I will tell you we're having a Kids Day this year at the Drake Relays on Friday. We have about 500 Des Moines Public School youth coming in, and we're going to sponsor them, and we're going to bring some elite athletes in and talk with them. MetLife, New York MetLife is the sponsor. They're going to come in, over 500 students on Friday. They're going to have elite athletes, some dietitians. We're going to talk about wellness and goal setting, and then they're going to come into the stadium. And a lot of that was coordinated through Drake and as well as Des Moines Public Schools and Mike Zelinovich. So we're excited about that. So some of what you just mentioned is happening. But in terms of companies, I think that that's something that we need to connect the dots on.
Yeah,
I think it's a great
that.
idea.
I really appreciate that sponsorship, and those kids will really enjoy it, I'm sure.
Looking forward to it.
Well, Brian, thanks again. We look forward to it again next week as we continue to move forward to the Drake Relays. It can rain later today, so we can get, of course, the Jim Duncan going through, and then come Drake Relays week, sunshine and beautiful skies like we've had in the past few.
That'll be awesome. So, guys, I thank you for continuing to stick with us, and more to come.
All right, Brian. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, my friend.
Thank you.
Brian.
Brian Brown, the director of the Drake Relays, again.